Hello and welcome back to more CS for the Intel Extreme Masters Sydney North American Qualifier. And we are going to be hopping into a match between INTZ and MiUS. You're joined by myself, Jevons, co-caster George Basil J, and our producer, Console. How are you all doing?
Coming into this one, pistol round, starting it off straight away. Standard CT hold here, one player in the middle, splitting the rest up. See the boost actually as well from INTZ. Three-person boost looks like they're going to go with. Take some very quick mid-control once they will decide to peek this door. Braxton's there, but isn't there when they peek. I'm not sure what the strategy is, if they're trying to hold the flank or if they're going to do a B split with a mid push. It looks like that's what's going to... A split, sorry. Because A's actually completely open right now. Braxton and Nix are going to notice that. They're there to challenge. But now comes the cross push from INTZ. Kings and Destiny picking up one respectively. Destiny picking up two at truck.
And the split A approach worked out beautifully for them. I mean, they couldn't see it, of course, but with the CTs not being on A and playing for that A retake, having those three players waterfall into middle there pretty much set them up perfectly to account for any rotates coming in from MiUS there. So good start for INTZ, of course. And whilst we're waiting for this next round to hop in there, just quick shout out to our sponsors, ESL, Intel, ASUS Predator, Game Fuel, and PaySafe Card for bringing us these qualifiers and event in general there. So, don't think we have any purchases coming in from our MiUS here, except for a P250 on Braxton. That's about it.
So,
B-stack again.
It is, and a boost as well. Players standing on top of each other behind this box. It's not really necessary because you can jump on those boxes, but if you really want the mega hit glitch, this could work out, but surely INTZ are going to catch on. The A site's completely abandoned and be able to get the bomb down. Could see an engagement here. Around the corner, he's got the AK in hand, but we'll take him down. That's King, taking down TKO machine. And now he's going to secure the rotates from B site. If there is any, he picks up another one. And yeah, this one's all said and done.
Yep. A pretty full-on conclusion there. King almost actually dying. He was down to 3 health there, but he got 3 kills for it. So, you know, it's just a sign that he's he put the work in that last round. But yes, they are going for a... They are going to be able to buy up this time. The rifles. Interesting mix. First time I've seen M4S in quite a while. But with this, we're still seeing that the MiUS is still hanging back from A. And because they've been able to stick onto this B side so many different rounds here, they're finally going to have a chance to perhaps stop this approach, but INTZ are just running into it. They're pretty fearless here. I don't know if they've actually picked up C-base or not in the checkers space. They know they haven't cleared it though, which will dictate a lot of their decisions. That's it. Game's been given up for C-base. He will go down. Braxton can finally see through the smoke now it's cleared. What's he going to be able to do here? Is he going to be able to get any kills? Nope. And that is another wipe. Yes, that was the first buy round there. And INTZ are basically just going to be able to build up some momentum here, which, as they're on the T side now, that is going to be a bit difficult to break later on.
Yeah, money's just going to keep piling up, and it's going to be on the 4 Deagles and the 1 defuse kit with the itsy bitsy tiny whiny amount of utility to put to their advantage. But whether or not that will actually happen, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Big nade going to take down Braxton, and Nick's down to just under half health. As Nick's going to get finished off as well. But Shaman will get a Deagle frag in reply. But whether or not that'll be the deciding movement of this round, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But chances are unlikely. Zan going to pick up one, that AUG, one in handy. Yeah, he's got control of that A site, and it's just pistols that he's got to go up against, so I think it's safe to say INTZ with full control of A, they're going to take another round here. P250 is going to be the last wall between them and another round win.
Yeah. INTZ been able to establish very early control and dominance against this CT lineup here. So we have seen in previous matches where sometimes it'll take a few teams just get into the swing of the map. However, this is round 3, so they've already had 2 maps to try and build themselves up here, which then begs the next question: is it the fact that they are going up against a team like INTZ, a team full of recognizable names, and a lot of firepower on that side, that's kind of playing on their minds a bit here? It's just a bit too much of the mental games going on.
Yeah, it's an incredibly strong team to go up against, and that definitely will be something that plays into your mind, especially when they have something like this for their weapon, with the AUG complementing 3 AKs and an AWP. But the counter AWP is there on Braxton, so they're not entirely unprotected right now. Could definitely be that play that needs to happen for them to be able to take a round. Shaman's taken great information. He's going to get taken down in garage, but now he knows a lot about the T-side's offense, and that's going to be put to great use, hopefully, by MiUS.
But lots of time still left on the clock here, 1 minute and 5 seconds. INTZ still has a lot of room to work around this. They killed one player who was able to sneak up behind them and get some information. There's still plenty of time to shake up the plan, go for a different side, or work on something else. So INTZ are doing that. They're sort of keeping back from A. As for MiUS, though, they're going to have to fall back to a bit of a default defensive position here. We have a 2-2 split between the sites at the moment. And with the bomb sitting just in garage there, it's still a matter of either way as to how INTZ want to proceed with this. I think with only 30 seconds left, their call has been made and they should be hitting A site very shortly.
Yeah, and we can see that passive of a hold this time from MiUS. AWP's there. Going to take down Braxton. That's a good early pick. I mean, Prax is going to take down Zan, sorry. The frags are going both ways. 3v2. INTZ with a massive advantage. Seabass, only one left now. He's got a player behind him, but he knows it. He's going to challenge Destiny, takes him down 1v1. Yell. 10 health, sorry. That's 1 hit. All it's going to take, but he has to spot him out. And he will. Takes him down. Yell's not able to win that challenge, and MiUS going to take their first round. Seabass going to be the victor, taking 2 enemies there.
He basically clutched that one out really well. 3 enemies, last player alive. He does secure himself the AWP as well, so whilst the money's looking a little bit worse for wear across the rest of his team, he'll be able to drop that AWP to another player if he's not going to AWP himself, and potentially even, basically shore things up a bit more with a rifle for himself. But see how they want to go about it. There's a bit of a force up here. Braxton will get the AWP. As for INTZ, this is pretty much why MiUS would have wanted to get those earlier rounds, aside from just having their score on the board there. And that is, INTZ's economy is still quite strong. They've still got another round or 2 in them easily.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The money just starts stacking up once you start taking these rounds. And you can see it right now. They've already got another AWP after losing a round. They're up against an AWP on the side of MiUS, though. So MiUS definitely can have an impact. As we see the execute come out onto A right now, Nick's the only one really on site that can do anything. Picks up 1, but Sheller's going to take him down. But Shaman chiming in from Catwalk. Will finish him off, but the bomb should be able to go down here. And it's taking control of the site 3v3. And they've got the weapons to be able to do this, but not really the utility. A couple of flashes and a Molotov, but hence they're going to play their positioning well. Play off those trade kills, but KNG actually is going to drop that AWP, isn't able to take down TKO.
Oh, that incendiary towards the back there might give them the window they need for it, and with a fuse kit picked up, I believe. Yeah, they've still got it. It's fine. With that, they're going to be able to get themselves a second round, which this early on in the piece is a good sign. Their A retakes are a little bit shaky still, but if they're able to get them, if they're able to actually sort of work inside of their positions post-plant on these sites, then that's good news. That's something at least for them. As predicted, as prophesized, INTZ will still have the money to go into this next round fully kitted up. And that pretty much means that this is they don't really have any breathing room, not yet.
Yeah, but they are going to pick up Braxton, and it's taking that early advantage. But Sham's going to punt it right back, but then KNG is going to use that AWP, put it to good use again, and now Cello's on highway. Will get flashed, but he's not in a position for Nick's to take him down, and A control slowly being taken. Nick's finally going to go down. That's A site in full control of INTZ Sports. The bomb isn't anywhere near there. Cello's going to get taken down, but Seabass is going to go down either way. Now it's just on TKO, who might opt for the save here.
Yep, that he will do indeed. This is going to be the conservative move and a bit of a bitter pill to swallow after getting that win last round, but it is the most reasonable course of action. He might even score himself a kill on to Destiny. Something. He's got to reposition himself now before the rest of this inside comes in to finish him off, and he's been able to do that pretty nicely. And as long as I guess Zan doesn't actually run up Sunroom or anything like that, TKO should be able to bring this AK into the next round, which is it's good. Gives the CT side a little bit of firepower, and Zand is just outside. I don't know if he's going to get peeked first.
It's good from him picking up 2 exit frags on the save. That's going to hurt the bank, even if it's only a little bit. And it's still looking pretty strong economically here. They're going to be able to buy again, especially with that win under the belt. But MiUS, Hero AK is going to have to be the way to go. And the rest, pistols, maybe even some armor or a nade here or there. But they're going to be facing a massive challenge here for this next one. Up against a pretty strong arsenal. 4 AKs and an AWP and 4 utility. This is a very, very big challenge for them.
Oh, they're running into A main. They're just going to try and rush it, and that turns into an absolute slaughter. Yell, Cello, and Zand there, grateful for the kills. This puts TKO in the position he was in last round, just with an additional 2 players to worry about.
Maybe he'd be able to pick up those exit frags like we saw him do last round, and he's already picked up 1, might be able to pick up 2, but no, Destiny's going to be too quick on the challenge. He's not going to be able to get another one, but okay, down. And money's there now for the CTs and be able to buy up. AWP's coming out, but not going to be able to afford that crucial AWP that KNG's been able to put to great use so far. But the AWP's got a scopes. Maybe.
Maybe indeed. I mean, we did see in our last matchup between Hot Ass and Rogue, Hot were able to get a fair bit of use out of the AWP there. So it might provide a bit of impact for this CT side, but that's yet to be seen. The real danger is just still in the fact that their peaks, their opening frags are just absolutely brutal at the moment. As soon as they know where you are, things get very dicey. Lots of utility being thrown on this A side. Still a bit of pressure being put towards B main, but nothing really coming of it as of yet. With the bombs so far back and a minute left on the timer here, this is really just a chance for INTZ to probe the defenses and perhaps pull a bit of utility away from the CT defenders.
This is a much stronger A-hold we're seeing from there compared to what we've seen before.
And he is just sitting below out of view on this red box. He's going to stand up, but I don't think he... Oh, he sees it just at the last second. Gets a second kill onto Seabase, third onto Shaman. And that is the A side taken. That should be an instant save here. Oh my god, we didn't see that on Destiny. Look at where he snuck up to. Just sitting in the trash pit there. Oh, King also going down.
Zand, I can't get over that. Up a 4K now. 3K on the A site, single-handedly taking it for his team. Sneaking past that CT defense very, very well. And yeah, that paid off huge. That's a highlight clip for him for sure. And now we're on the 10th round, sorry. 7-2. It's going to be in the lead. And that lead's picking up pretty quick.
And MiUS might honestly be a little bit tilted after that last round, because not only was Zand able to sneak up on the A side, Destiny was also able to sneak up on the B side as well. And that's not a feel-good moment. So hopefully they can they can reset themselves mentally after that one and just keep on moving on. But in the meantime, though, it's purely eco purchases here on the side of MiUS there, and they're gonna get one kill. But I think their plan to take away some guns, steal them, is not going to necessarily pan out. It's things quietening down here. INTZ know their opponents are an eco round. Still don't want to give away anything more than they absolutely have to. So rushing in is not really the goal here.
Position here, but Sydney is going to know it's coming. Isn't going to walk towards that door because he knew there'd be someone there trying to pull something sneaky like that. So that's another round going the way of INTZ. But now, going to see a buy come out from MiUS. Another chance to come back into this one, pick up a round because they need it desperately at this point. And slowly riding their way up the roller coaster towards victory on this first half. It's not looking great for MiUS at all.
Fast B approach, look at this. Because they got the firepower, they might actually be able to stop this. Never mind, Destiny and Yale have different plans. Cello even running in, saying, what about my go? He'll pick up another kill as well. And that's it with Nyx gone. It's down to Shaman, who will get one kill, but yeah, that was a little bit brutal. That is that is a shock and awe approach, controlled chaos or blitzkrieg, however you want to call it. INTZ brought the firepower onto that B site there, so that could have really gone either way there, but those first two kills onto MiUS, when they did set up at B main, were just, yeah, that pretty much tilted it and flipped that table entirely over.
Yeah, it was just unrelenting aggression, which isn't exactly what we're going to see this time around. We have early challenges in mid, but no one rushing anything. KNG using that warp once again up against the Deagles, so Cello's going to stick on a highway. KNG going to pick up Shaman, trying to peek into mid. Now it's just two Deagles left, and yes, it might be another round where it's all said and done, and INTZ picking up another one. It's TKO, 5 enemies, 1 man, Deagle in a dream. Could do it, but...
And Nyx, bit of bad luck there in Squeak. The door was open, but it was open inwards, so they, INTZ were able to quickly figure out that there could be a CT in there, and that's exactly what they were looking for. So bad luck, the positioning could have yielded a kill or two otherwise. And if you look at this, we're forcing up again, partially, but finally getting a double AWP set out coming out of this CT side. And sometimes you'll see this, not necessarily because there's a specific plan for it, they just literally want that additional firepower to stop any kind of approach or peaks coming out of the opposing side. So that could very well be what we're seeing here.
Well, it does let them play that A side a bit more passively, like they did at the start. Just one player sitting on it now, watching A main, isn't going to get mollied out either, but he knows his 2 T players that he's going to have to deal with. KNG chiming in with an AWP of his own, though. Early advantage going the way of INTZ, but now it's going to be on MiUS to equalise that, and the key player here is going to be that AWP sitting on A site.
Still slowing down. It's very default positioning here from the CT. C-base though is at a slightly off angle, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's necessarily gonna throw KNG for anything. Setup comes into this A site. Split A. Destiny's still hanging out in B main. Might be able to catch some rotators. I think that might be the plan for him. Zan to pop it out with a decent kill. Seabass Nyx are getting their own, however. It's turned into a 2 versus 3 situation. Versus 1. The wild card for this, though, is Destiny, and really how much it's going to be making MiUS thinking about their approach here, just looking at the B sides. And, in fact, with that information coming out from Destiny, B is going to be the call here.
Braxton's rotated back. He's got the AWP. He spots that bomb player going past, so that call-out's going to go.
He does tag him as well, so that's a bit of damage done.
Makes the job a lot easier for Seabass, especially with HE in the incendiary. So low health, or at least decently low health players on the T side, whereas 2 healthy, relatively MiUS players with the utility to do damage. Seabass, though, going to lose that assault rifle, and Braxton going to win that peak against Yells. Now it's Destiny, and that flip shot and checker is going to win it out for him. Destiny not able to pick up Braxton. He's going to clutch it.
That flick is going to be absolutely golden. It does keep their chances. Wait. Okay, yes.
You gotta make sure.
We're good.
Would have been sad because there's a defuse kit behind him the entire time, but he does manage to get it, luckily for them. So MiUS finally going to take another round. First one in a while. 3-10. And we have a pause.
Coming in. If it's a tactical pause coming in from MiUS, I suspect it might be a little bit late in the piece. But they've got a low economy. They don't really have as much money as I'd like. I mean, Braxton still has the AWP there, so that's good, but the others are going to be forcing up around this, and they're going to have to prioritize firepower over utility or anything like that, and that raises a lot of questions. Braxton, because he does have so much money, is able to drop a rifle and buy up utility again, so that's good. That bolsters up the rest of the team pretty well. Nyx is actually opting to go for their FAMAS here, which is what I figured we'd see, just for the sake of getting the helmet and the extra bit of utility as well. But we have unpaused. We're going to be running into this next round now. And a lot of CT presence in mid, but it doesn't necessarily work out for Shaman at least. And oh, KNG, he gets one. Braxton not able to come in with the trade frag, and they know that he's there. And that is basically going to keep a lot of eyes on that position. Oh, Destiny, look, he's done it again. He snuck into this awkward position on this B site, and TKO might not look for it.
If he rotates out, he's going to have his back straight to Destiny, and he definitely can't spot him from this angle. Destiny, so please, he
hasn't seen him.
Each other. Oh
well,
my god.
You don't need it when you've got KNG on the loose.
Wow, that was a confusing one to say the least. Just sees his head, but camouflaged a little bit too much, maybe.
That one gave me anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. It was a very anxious.
Destiny did chime in a bit late there as well, so if he did manage to pick up that kill, it would have been pretty sad because Destiny's always in the perfect position to pull that one off. But yeah, obviously KNG just too good with that AWP, and he just seems to be absolutely everywhere with his aggressive plays. It's not working out that well for MiUS, and it's definitely working out well for INTZ. As they're up against pistols again, Yell's going to be taking first blood, and the kills are definitely going to follow.
That was oof. Got a bit double team there, I think, just getting shot from both sides. But yeah, that was I think, as far as MiUS are concerned, perhaps they were a bit sick of playing on CT, and they just wanted that round out of the way, so they just decided to go for a fast aggressive push. If it does work, brilliant. If not, then we can look forward to the second half and just see what we can work with there. With that question in mind, I think with a lot of the coordination that we've been seeing from INTZ, this CT side could prove to be just as deadly.
Yeah, King's been so aggressive on that AWP, and you can't really match that sort of aggression on CT because you can't have a team backing you up like he has been. He's been fragging like a madman, especially with that AWP. So a defensive KNG, might change things. But that remains to be seen. We might see some amazing strats coming out from MiUS that might change this entire thing up. But, like I said, remains to be seen as team's going to roll out to their positions this time. No mid player for INTZ, but it doesn't seem like it really matters all that much to MiUS right now.
Call's been made that they've spotted somebody in A main, and look at this, that's actually prompted Cello and Yell to start pushing for a bit more information in B main. And with a 3-man stack on A, this is perfect, so they know that something's coming. They can be primed for it. MiUS walking into a bit of a trap almost, and Zand, clean headshot onto Highway. He will get traded out by TKO though, and that signaled the approach. They're going to try and take out this last defender here, but KNG is having none of that. And that's it. That's a pretty decisive pistol round there. That pretty much turns up the temperature on things for MiUS. They've got so many more rounds to climb back from here, and especially this one, which they know they're going to have to perhaps just do a full save on and just work towards the next one. That puts INTZ one round away from match point.
Yeah, the noose is slowly closing, and MiUS don't
this
really
grenade.
have an answer.
What will it do?
Oh my god!
That's Zand. Coming in with the additional.
Nearly aced it too. Man, it was clean. That frag taking down 3 players on MiUS down to like 25 health, and then following it up with the UMP, picking up a 3k, and then finishing one off with the USP. But KNG too greedy with his frags and doesn't even get the ace, unfortunately. But now we see the first gun round for the second half. MiUS going to have the utility and the assault rifles to start grabbing some rounds back, and they need it desperately because, like we said, the window's closing, running out of time, and probably the most dire way.
This advanced positioning, Cello could potentially be in a bit of a bad position here to account for a lot of this, but they don't look for him in this position. He could make this approach on to be incredibly expensive for the side of MiUS. Still just sitting outside of... Oh, yeah, Braxton almost gets the follow-up shot. Will eat a bit of an aid as well. Cello still just constantly going for that fight again and again. And that door's open, so Zan knows that somebody is looking to approach on from Squeaky here, and he's very wary of this. He has to keep his head on a swivel, but he is falling back. That'll make things a bit more comfortable for him as his teammate Destiny comes in, brings the attention away, so he's able to get the crossfire set up, and that's very clean. That could have been terrible for either Zand or Cello on A main and B main respectively, but pulling back at the right time, or in Cello's case, just seemingly keep on taking that fight there, seem to do the trick. And match point to INTZ. MiUS throwing all of the dollars at this round. They have no other choice. Will they be able to get around? That is yet to be seen. 15-3, so not too convincing just yet. And Destiny with 2 headshots on CKO. Nyx, Cello following with a kill of his own. And the noose is tightening around his MiUS side. And that is it. INTZ with a very dominant showing, 16-3. That was a little bit one-sided, of course, but we did know going into this that INTZ were the stronger team, looking at the lineups, of course. And they will proceed on to round 4. So, in the meantime, we'll be hopping to a quick break. Please stick around. We're just going to find out what our next game will be, and we'll be jumping right back into it. So, see you soon.